11 times in Romans chapter 11, Paul uses this word. 11 times. Let's look at a few of them. Starting in Romans 4, verse 3. Paul says, let's get it up here. What does the Scripture say? Abraham believed God, and it was counted to him as righteousness. You see the word counted there? That word counted is logizomai in the Greek. It was entered into the bank book as his righteousness. His faith was deposited, counted, reckoned as his righteousness. It's a commercial transaction. He can go to the bank on it. He can write a check on it. He's got all the righteousness before God he'll ever need to spend. He's got spending capital. His righteous check will not bounce before God because his faith was entered into the column as a deposit that gave him full righteousness. And he says, Paul says, now, to the one who's working, this is not like direct deposit from your work. To the one who's working, then your wages aren't reckoned or counted or deposited as a gift. If you've got a job and you're getting paid and that money goes into your righteousness account, that's not a gift. That's just what you earned. See how he's using it as an accounting word? See how it opens this passage up? To the one who works, his wages aren't put into the bank as a present. They're his due. But to the one who doesn't work, but trusts God who justifies the ungodly, his faith is put into his bank account as righteousness. Just as David also speaks of the blessing of the one to whom God puts into the bank account righteousness, even though you didn't work for it. He's putting into your bank account righteousness when you never did the work to get that money. Because he's counting your faith, your trust in him. That gets counted as your righteousness, and that makes it in the checkbook. So your checks aren't going to bounce. Paul continues to use this in this metaphor in Romans 4. He says, is this blessing only for the circumcised, the Jew, or is it also for the Gentile? We say faith was deposited, reckoned, put into the bank account to Abraham. Let's get back up here. To Abraham as righteousness. But how was it put